And now we are rolling.
We're rolling.
All right.
All right.
So what's up, YouTube people? Today I am here with
Luke. My name's Luke from LukeLifeCharms.
LukeLifeCharms. Now I mentioned Luke in a few other videos because he was one of the only people that I could find
Yeah, I came to Poland. Yeah,
that look like us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That had been to Poland. So I have to ask, how did you first choose to come to Poland?
Well, actually, I probably was like most people. I didn't know about Poland. They asked me, "What's Poland?" I don't know. Like, they got cars, they got internet. You know, I was asking all these people, and and I just met some people from Poland one summer, and they invited me to come to Poland. I actually didn't have time that summer. I said next summer, if we're still in contact, I'll come. They invited me the next summer. I came here, flew to Warsaw. As soon as I came out of the Centrum, which is like right in the center of the city, you see the big Palace of Culture and Science, which some people don't like, but that was like, for me, it was just like, whoa, like this is like a modern city. And after that, I kind of loved it. Walked around, people were smiling at me. Yeah, it was.
How long ago was that?
That was 6 years ago.
Oh, wow.
6 years, yeah. 6 years ago.
6 years ago, I was still trapped behind a desk.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
Oh,
no offense to people like that, but it's just like, I know just from talking to people all the time, people want to, but you had that desire to get out of there.
Yeah.
That's the thing. People think they're just stuck there forever. It's
For
like,
sure. And I was watching your Instagram live yesterday, the action over planning, and somebody asked, what do you think about, should I travel to Poland or should I travel to XYZ? That was the question, and your response was just do it, right? And
simple.
It's simple.
It's that simple.
I mean, I don't know your particular situation, but if you're like me, you were single as hell, ain't got no kids, okay, you had no responsibilities to keep you there, just travel, right?
Yeah.
And then where are you from originally?
Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay.
Cleveland, Ohio, yeah.
So which one's better, Cleveland, Columbus, or Cincinnati?
I'm from Cleveland, so I got to rep Cleveland,
Okay.
But I like the Buckeyes, Ohio State, repping Ohio State.
And how often do you get to go back home?
Usually twice a year, Christmas for like a week or two, and then summers, I'm not going home this summer, but normally in summers I go home with basketball. It gives me the free time. But yeah, with working and traveling and making videos, it was better to keep the momentum going.
Okay. And does homesickness ever hit you?
Not really. I mean, sometimes there are moments, when you just like, I don't know, you're looking for something, you just want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and don't nobody understand what peanut butter is. You don't know how to say it in that language. It's not what you thought it was.
Okay. Where are you living?
Huh? Well,
where are you living?
Well, I was in France.
You can't get peanut butter in France?
You can for like €6 for the little tubs, but like there's no one. It's like everyone look at you weird. If I sit there just making peanut butter and jelly sandwich, people are just like, what is that? And I gotta explain like, well, this is what we have in America, and it's like, sometimes you just want some simple stuff, or French toast, or some pancakes. Where I lived at, it was hard because they're trying to make it how we make it. So it's like it's trying to get pierogies in America. It's like it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same.
It's not going to be the same at all.
Exactly.
So that's one question I'd like to ask is, if you went home tomorrow, what's one thing, as soon as you step off the plane, you want? Like, what's something that you...
get back on the plane.
Really? Oh my God. I meant like food-wise.
Food-wise.
Really? Get back on the plane? Oh my God.
No,
That's rough.
No, if I get off the plane, I would want some... I don't know, that's a good question. I don't know. I'd be really sad. I just want some cooked food from home.
Okay.
Any food from home, I like French toast, banana pudding, I like all that kind of stuff, but just anything from home, that's you miss that.
I want Bojangles.
Really?
A Bojangles biscuit.
See, we don't have that where I am.
Okay.
We don't have that.
We have it in the South. So anybody, any Southerners.
I know, it's okay, man. It's okay.
Oh yeah, we're getting our drinks.
Yeah, the guy chose our drinks for us.
Okay, yeah, what is...
Piwo zwierzyniec.
Okay, dziękuję.
O, gdzie jestem? O,
Yeah.
hello. With the juice.
Yes.
Okay. This is how it is in Poland. They're really nice. The people are really nice.
Kozlak.
Kozlak, okay.
The name of kind.
Okay.
1000 years of tradition.
1,000 years tradition beer that they're making.
Strong color, like we are strong.
Strong men.
Yes.
Okay.
Na zdrowie.
Dziękuję bardzo.
Dziękuję.
Okay. All right.
You got that strong color.
He just chose it for me.
It's fine, we're good. I can't do it like I want. Can you pass me a straw, please?
Drinking beer with a straw.
Well, in
Guys,
Poland.
one thing, if you order a drink and it comes with a straw, you ordered the wrong drink.
But look how many straws he bought, though.
Because he just thought it's like decoration. You know, like the little green stuff they put on the side when you go to a restaurant? You're not
Okay.
supposed to eat it.
Okay. Okay. But in Poland, it's normal for women to drink beer with straws. Like when I first saw it, I was like, that's weird. And then I tried it.
Really?
And I was like, I like this. And I'm going to go back to America, and guess what I'm going to do?
Drink beer with a straw.
Drink beer with a straw.
People look at you like, I know it's 8 o'clock in the morning, but you know.
Okay, so all right, so you actually, your response to the whole, when you go back
Yeah.
and you get off the plane, you want to leave. So
I mean, I really want to go home and have some food from home. Like my
Okay.
family's always like, hey, we're gonna stop here. Like, I just want some food from home.
okay,
You know.
so when you left America,
Mm-hmm.
how long were you planning to be gone?
I don't know. I didn't know.
You didn't have a game
Didn't
plan.
have a game plan at all. I just was. It was like basketball. I wanted to play basketball, and team called me from Australia, and they say, hey, we want you. Can you be here next week? And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
That's simple. Then I called my parents and told them like, hey, I'm going to Australia.
Okay.
I wasn't like, I don't know what I should do. I just like, I called one of my friends. He's like, Luke, you got the opportunity to go. That's
What
he
did
told me.
What did your parents say?
Well, they were worried. You know, it's 31 hours traveling, and I'd never been out the country. I was 21 years old. I was already had an apartment and playing with the team already, so they didn't understand like why you want to go. You know, and it was like,
Yeah.
you know, I want to play basketball, and then I love traveling too. But my main thing was basketball at that time, and just seeing and meeting new people. That was the thing.
Okay.
And travel is that's the vehicle to do that, and basketball was what allowed me to.
Okay. So your first time living abroad was when you were 21.
Yeah.
So
In
what
Australia.
kind of international travel did you do before that?
None.
None,
No,
okay.
No, I was 17, left Cleveland, went to college 5 years. So I was 22 actually. I graduated 22 and signed with a team, playing in the States for a while, and I left there like a few months after signing with them. I had a deal where I could go and went to Australia, and that was first time I really flew for more than 3 hours.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It was a nice little 27 hours of flying. That was
Okay. All right. And
Yeah.
so now you've been overseas for, I guess, what, 6 years now?
I know I've been
Six-
overseas. This has been 11 years.
Oh, wow.
11
You
years.
old.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm 33.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. You know, it's hard to tell. You know, it's really hard to tell. That's
Black
why.
don't crack.
You know what I'm saying? Not yet.
So,
Yeah, not yet. We're good.
Okay. So now that you've been abroad for 11 years,
Mm-hmm.
do you think you'd ever live in America again?
Honestly, if it's me, no. Not just for me, no.
Mm-hmm.
No. Like if something happens with my family or something like this, okay, so I'll go back, of course. But for me, you know, I don't see myself doing that. Going back and visiting, of course.
Yeah.
Going back and visiting, but living there, you know, because you can't unsee what you've seen sometimes. So once you've seen what it's like there, it's hard to go back to you know, here in Europe, you have so much culture everywhere. You get on a flight for an hour, you're in another country, another culture, another language, and you can just do that. And it's so much cheaper than it is in the States as well. So when you get used to that kind of life, it's just like, you know, going back to the States is cool, but at the same time, you're gonna be laying there at night, knowing what you're missing. You know, and that's something I've never been good at that.
Right. Yeah, I don't want to go back home anytime soon. You know, like I would actually, at this point, I would struggle. Like the amount of money that I make here in Poland, if I had to go back home,
Yeah.
I'd be in Walmart or Buy Low looking at stuff like counting my coins.
Yeah, not that there's anything wrong with that. If anyone does that, I've been there. I've been
Okay,
there. I
yes,
know.
I've been there
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
and I don't want. So this is the thing, we could talk about it because we've been there
Yeah.
and we don't want to go back.
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
So if that's where you are and that's what you want to do, live your life.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just talking about our experiences
Yeah, exactly.
and what we don't want to do or what
Yeah.
personally
Yeah,
what I
know.
wouldn't like to
For
do.
sure, no.
I can't say we because I don't even know you like that.
Yeah,
So,
I don't even know me like that. What you
I
talking
don't even know
about?
you like that.
Oh man.
You made me forget my question. Hold on one second.
Yeah, don't overthink
All
it.
right, so we actually clash.
Clash.
I think you think, but you think in a different way.
Yeah.
In
Oh, yeah,
his-
for sure. Definitely.
Okay,
Because
so
it's just like, nah, I can't. Like you plan, but I just know that, like they say, like in war and stuff, like you can have all the battle plans, but you throw all the plans out when the first bullet flies.
this ain't war. We just trying to make YouTube videos.
But you know, we trying to. Do you want to tell them how long it took us to find this place? We started
I
here.
don't know what time, but we got the steps in though.
We walked about 45 minutes. We started here in this square, and we walked
We
around.
did.
We couldn't figure it out. Just try to get the stabilizer and do all this kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where me, I've been like, let's just roll with it. Let's just
We
walk down the
walked
street.
in circles,
Yep.
and he was trying to say, "Let's just do this. Let's do it." And you were giving options. Thank you for
Yeah,
trying to
of
work.
course, of
but
course.
I have a one-track mind, and if it doesn't really
One
stick,
track. Like one track.
I can't
Like-
I can't transition. But we're doing it. We're doing it.
Yeah, we got
okay.
it.
So
But if you realize, like, if time was a really big constraint,
Mm-hmm.
you would have been limited and you would have missed out. Like your opportunities, you know.
Mm-hmm.
If you had a day to spend in the city and you can't figure something out, or you have an hour and you can't figure it out, you're wasting 30 minutes. That time you never get back.
I get that.
You know.
Yeah.
That's why I just adapt that approach. Like, let's just roll with it. What do we got? What are we trying to accomplish?
Right.
We're trying to make a video. We're trying to talk. We're trying to film a movie, whatever it is. That's what we're trying to accomplish. So let's just do that. Everything leads to that.
Look at you. Sounds great.
Yeah. Just you know, that's just how I do it. It's how I roll.
Okay, so that's how you roll. So let's talk about you on your channel. You are just full of positivity, full of light.
I mean, I try. You know, I try. I think. I mean, what's the alternative?
So how has living abroad changed you?
It's opened my eyes. It's opened my eyes to things that you don't learn unless you go abroad and see. You know, it doesn't matter. It could be the simplest thing because you think you've been raised one way your whole life, so you think things are done this way. It's normal. Like Christmas time, Christmas tree, like snow. Like, you know, this is what we're used to.
You were used to snow.
Okay, yeah, I'm used to snow. Yeah,
South
okay,
Carolina.
yeah, okay. That's just a little. That's the difference though.
Yeah, yeah.
Right there. So that's just a little difference there, and that's just in the same country. So imagine you go to another country where on the 25th it's nothing. 24 is when they celebrate Christmas. My friends here in Poland, it's like 24.
They have 2 days of Christmas
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
Yeah, and I still don't know.
But the 25,
exactly
there's
what
no
day.
anticipation for presents because they got the presents on 24th. So just having that conversation I was having with my friend one time, and they're like, Luke, that's weird. And I was like, no, yours is weird. Because you just have two different perspectives.
Right.
And I think the more you see, the more perspective you have.
Right.
That's it. So you become more open to everything. And you realize things aren't done the way that they are done where you're from. People do it totally different in other places. Like having a beer in the morning. Like go to Germany here even, you see it.
Yeah.
All the time. But and people aren't looking at like, what's wrong with that person? It's just like, no, they're just having a beer in the morning.
And so then do you have that reverse culture shock, as they say, when you go back home?
Yeah. That's where I feel the most strange for me.
Really?
Honestly, yeah. Because I'm like I come back where things are the same in my or just in my country, but I've changed so much that I come back and I'm like, wow, we have really big cars here. Or like, wow, people really talk really loud. You know, or this.
You talk loud.
But I'm just
You
a big
walking
guy.
through the streets.
But
I'm
even
like,
a big guy, though. I'm a big guy, and I'm used to speaking in the camera. And you got to speak like, you know, you got to talk like this. And I'm not even super excited. Like, when I get excited, I get my friends like, hey, Luke, you got to be quiet. And it's
Okay.
only in English, really, you know. I get English, it's hard. You can't, in Spanish and French, it's really simple, you know. I realize when I'm speaking English with my friends, it's just like really loud, Luke.
Yeah.
You know, and they tell me, oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I have a big voice, you know.
Okay. So back home, you just feel like others are loud. We got big cars. Anything else?
Well, no, I mean, I just see everything that I saw before, but I just didn't notice.
Right.
You know, just your eyes have been opened to other things. So when you see other things, you're like, oh wow. You know, you look at everything a little bit different. If you thought the only color was green out there, now you start to see yellow, blue, red. You go back home, you're like, oh, there's green stuff here. Like green stuff has always been there. You just have seen more stuff now. You
Right.
know?
Okay, cool.
Well, I got a good question. Well, people ask you questions a lot. What's something that you wish, like, okay, I got a question. I'm gonna flip it around a little bit. Because
This has not been authorized.
listen, but someone asked me this question and it really stumped me. And I don't get stumped on nothing. I'm always just rolling. They were like, so you get a lot of questions from your subscribers, your viewers, your followers. You get a lot of questions. You see the same questions over and over.
Okay.
What's one question that you wish more people would ask you, but they don't?
How much money do you need? Can we send it to you? How can we send you this money? How can we support the channel financially?
That's true. Hey, it's true.
No, I think that would be it.
It should. Yeah. I mean,
If I'm being completely honest.
it's a good answer. Like, how
But-
can we help? Because people always a lot of people take. Not even take. It's not a bad thing, guys. But sometimes people don't forget that just because, for example, I'm asking you a question, they think that, oh, she just responded to me. But they don't realize that every single person's pulling you, asking you questions, wanting a response.
Yeah.
And people are just taken from the tree, you know. And sometimes it's nice to have someone just come by and water the tree. You know?
Yeah.
You know, so
So-
something we haven't talked about. This is something I'm thinking about. Even someone suggested starting a Patreon.
Somebody said that
this
too.
is because they wanted to find a way to give back.
And the thing is, and how I grew up, I didn't like to ask for anything.
Yeah, same way. Yeah.
And so even during the Patreon account, that's why I wanted to create merchandise for the channel. So I have these mugs and I'm working on t-shirts because I feel like if you want to support the channel, then I feel like you should get something in
True.
return. Even though you're getting content,
Yeah.
I'm sharing my experiences with you. I still feel like I need to give you something for supporting.
Of course, yeah.
So asking for money and like taking handouts isn't my thing. But
I don't think it's any. It
I
doesn't come
would
natural.
like to do this full time, or I would like to do this
Yeah.
where it kind of like pays for at least one of my bills.
Yeah. No,
So
I understand. Yeah.
if people like found a way to support, I mean, I don't know how many subscribers you have, but I felt like if all of my subscribers gave even 50 cents, you know what I'm saying? It could.
Per
it could,
month. Like,
it could change some things.
It could. No, it would. It makes it so it's like, okay, I'm not just struggling because people don't really see the struggle. You see the videos, but you don't see the hours that go in behind it. Okay, I can't work at home anymore. I gotta go to a coffee shop, but then I gotta buy a coffee, and you gotta do a lot of stuff like that people don't see. So what I recently did is I started a Patreon, me, but I didn't tell anyone.
Why?
I didn't tell anyone to give me money. I didn't tell anyone anything about it. Most people didn't know. It's just linked in the small description of my videos.
And you just put it hoping people would see
and
it.
people came and gave money.
Oh, wow.
On the Patreon. I never announced it. Like, I'll make a video saying I announced it, but I never will ask people for it. I never will ask. I never say, guys, can you guys please go and... No, I never say that. I say, guys, I started this. If you guys want to support the channel or you like what's going on, feel free. There's no tiers. There's nothing. You guys feel free to go and do how you want. And the first day, people wrote me and said, oh, of course, we're looking for a way to give back. Because believe it or not, there's some people watching this who really want to help. You've given them enough value and a lot of value. You've pushed them, and they'd love to help out, but they don't know how.
Right.
You know, I can sell, like I have books, and people can buy my book, but maybe that book's not for them, but they will buy it just to support me.
Right.
And it's like, I wish there was a better way where they could just do it directly.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I was like, I just thought it was right. It was selfish of me not to do it. That's what I thought. It's selfish not to do it, not to give people a way to support you, who want to support you, and who are able to support you. You know, it's not asking them to go broke, but people are always like, hey, let me buy you a beer, let me buy you a drink. Okay, you can have links, like you can have the Patreon, something like this. You put $1 a month, you put $2 a month. And it's never cool. You always feel weird as creators, like to say money, talking about money on the video, I don't like doing that, but it's just being honest,
Right.
You don't have to do it, nothing's gonna change.
Right.
Nothing's gonna change at all, but it just gives people a way who want to do more to do more.
Maybe I'll get a GoPro.
There you go. Get a GoPro.
He has a GoPro, and it looks so nice. Look at it.
Been filming on this, and this was actually sent to me from a subscriber. This, not the GoPro, but the.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
The what?
This whole tripod, the setup.
That's cute.
Yeah.
That was nice of them.
Yeah, they sent that to me. Joey and Stacy, if you're watching, I still remember it was you. Yeah. Yeah, they sent it to me. People was always asking to send me stuff. People just want to be able to, they want to support. Just like we love making stuff and creating for them.
And giving.
With no money, not getting any money. They love to help out by giving whatever they can sometimes, because they can't make videos or they don't have the energy, but they want to support. Like, we support people, we go to a concert, we're supporting that artist. The artist is touching a lot of money,
Yeah.
And it's over, the concert's over in an hour and a half. Here, they can come back to it and they can stop, they can give, it's free. It's just people who want to support.
All right, cool.
So you should start one and link it and not say anything about it.
I will try that, and I'll let you know how that goes.
Okay, one thing that I always like to ask, why, whenever I'm talking about something to people, why do you think it matters to travel? Why should they actually care about this? Do you know what I mean? In a sense, like for me, when I'm making a video or a day, one thought that goes to my mind when I'm walking through the square, I'm about to pick up my camera and film. Like, I'm saying, okay, I'm here doing the interview. I always ask myself, like, why do they care?
Right.
Why does the person watching care?
Well, I think I may not answer your question directly.
No, you don't. Do it however you want.
But
It's going to be interesting.
I like doing these videos, even though, like we say, we're not really making money from it. But for the people who can't travel, I like sharing my experiences with them because I understand that it is a privilege to be able to do that. Also, I don't know anyone who has regretted traveling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's so true.
And
I never thought about that.
It's kind of like, how has it changed you? How has it, it's probably changed you. More than likely, it changed you for the better.
Of course.
And it helped you learn things about yourself. It put you in different situations where you really had to. You're like, oh, this is how I move.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So, I think it's important just to get to know yourself. Yeah, you'll experience different cultures. You'll learn some things. You'll have memories, but it's really for like your soul and just understanding you and developing yourself.
Yeah.
So, because I am not the same person. I'm still country,
Yeah,
but I'm not
we
the
hear that.
same. I'm not the same person that I was when I left for Korea.
Really?
I'm just not.
Yeah. That's the perfect answer for it. That's the perfect answer.
So.
But that was good. That was really good, though. That's so true. Like, people, they just... No, that's the perfect answer. Perfect.
Okay.
You thought about it perfectly. You answered even more than what I was going to say. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I answered the question.
Yeah, because a lot of people, they don't travel that much. You know, they can't.
Right.
You know, they have kids, family, all this stuff, but they want to, and they want to experience it. So just sharing the experience is just like, you know,
sharing the experience, and also because I teach English online, sharing about, okay, here's a way you can make some money, because just native English speaker, right, with the college degrees. And in Poland, I mean, if you are able to teach abroad, a college degree isn't necessary. So for those people in that situation, and so if you do want to travel, even domestically, just teaching English a few hours, you know, during the week, that's some travel money. You know what I'm saying? And it's the birds out here.
she almost got killed by the pigeon.
But yeah, it's not anything strenuous at all. So watch the video that I did last week about what it's really like to teach English abroad. But yeah, it's not a very stressful situation, and it puts some coins in your bank account.
A little bit. And allows you to be here.
Yeah,
You know?
for sure.
That's worth it alone. Just being here.
Okay, but I think that we can pretty much wrap this up. Thank you so much for answering the questions. Thank
My
you
pleasure.
for meeting with me, and
My
thank you
pleasure.
for inspiring, because I am
I'm
one of the
sorry.
people that you have helped, and I definitely
It's a pleasure.
appreciate it.
It's a
So,
pleasure. Really a pleasure. Thank you guys for watching this video too.
and
It's
we
fun.
will. Oh gosh, I messed up. Okay, and we will see you guys next time. Bye bye.
See you guys. Have a sip of this.
Yeah, you could go
That's
ahead.
it over, yeah. This guy brought this to me. Never tried this.
Oh goodness, you said that as I was doing my nose. I was doing this and you were saying it, nice joke.
Do the filling and talking. Hope you guys are doing great, by the way. Hope you guys are doing great. And you really are thinking about traveling. It's something you learn so much from it. And all you guys most of the time, you guys are just overthinking it. You know, buying you time. Most of you guys just...
okay.
Yeah.
I thought okay.
Yeah.
Some people like to see it.
But when that spill all over you...
It's not gonna spill though.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
I know what I'm doing.
All right. I'm sure that was somebody's last words.